Hi B&Bers, it's Nikki again from Bed and Broccoli, and today I'm going to show you how to make my Gozlemes. They're a little bit of a signature dish. They're very, very popular with the guests that come here. There's not a week goes by where I don't make them. I did attempt to put the recipe into my cookbook, but unfortunately I was totally incapable of writing a method that my recipe testers could follow. So I'm going to show you how to make it here, and it's very, very quite simple. So what I've got is 300 ml of tepid water. You don't want it too hot and you don't want it too cold, and it's one of those things that you're probably going to play around with a little bit. I've got 2 teaspoons of yeast and a teaspoon of caster sugar. So we're just going to add this to the water, give it a little bit of a stir, and then basically you can set it to one side and walk away, or you can start preparing the next step to the Gozlemes. So there you go, you've got 300 ml of water, a little bit of yeast, a little bit of caster sugar, and we're just going to leave that to sit for a few minutes. Okay, so it's been about 5 or 10 minutes, and as you can see our little yeast concoction has bubbled away. And what we now have is a bowl with 3 cups of plain flour. Now the flour I use is the same flour you would make bread with. And I'm going to pour that in. And we've also got 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Now I use gloves here, but for the more adventurous, feel free to use your bare hands. Okay, so I've been kneading for a few minutes. I've been getting that yeast mixture through the flour and with the oil, and now we have a nice dough. So we're going to put that out onto a floured bench, and we're going to knead it again, just for a few minutes. It doesn't need a long time, and I think by now you're pretty safe to take your gloves off, which I think I'll do. Okay, so I've been kneading for about 5 minutes, and we're just going to get this into a little bit of a log. There we go. And I'm just going to cut 4 pieces, shape them into balls. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put them on a tray, we're going to cover them and leave them for 20 minutes or half an hour to rise. So don't get too particular. So, cover them with a tea towel and we'll come back in about half an hour. Okay, so our Gozleme dough has been rising for about half an hour. Putting that on a nicely floured surface. We've got oil that's preheated over there, and now we're going to roll it out and stuff it with lots of goodies. Okay, so when you're rolling out your dough, once it's flat on the bench, once you pick it up, it'll actually start to shrink again and return to a smaller size. So make sure you do that before you put the fillings in, otherwise everything starts to contract. So we're going to use just a normal barbecue sauce. Just check which one of yours is vegan. You can use tomato sauce if you wish, but this gives a really nice strong smoky flavour, in contrast to the spinach we're going to use and the Tofutti cream cheese. So nice spread. Now with the spinach, the key is be really generous, because this just shrinks and flattens to absolutely nothing. So if you end up with Mount Vesuvius to start with, don't panic. But these little ends, make sure you just sort of break them off, because you're going to be folding the dough over and they will pierce the top, which will then tear apart the dough. Okay, so normally I would use my gooey tahini cheese, which is in my book, but this is just as good if you're in a hurry, and it's the Tofutti better than cream cheese. It tastes exactly like the cream cheese, the dairy version, so don't be scared to use it. You just scoop a few of these out, a few teaspoons, and dollop them around, because this will actually melt. This will become, you know, a nice gooey consistency once it's heated up in the oil. So there's about 6 dollops there. Okay, so we've got the barbecue sauce, we've got the heap of spinach, half a dozen dollops of the better than cream cheese. I'm going to fold that over, and we're just pressing that down onto the edges. Now we're going to let some air out, pop a few holes with a nice sharp knife on the top, press that down. So there's your Gozleme, and now we're going to pop that into the oil. Okay, so we've got our completed Gozleme here, nice and flat, and we're putting this into some nice warm oil. It's not hot oil, it's warm. Give that a little bit of a shake. And wait for that to brown on the underside, and then we'll actually flip it. Okay, so this has only been cooking for a couple of minutes in a nice low heated oil, and I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but it's actually quite nice and brown underneath. Now there is a small skill involved, but because it's cooked, it is quite firm. You just gently need to flip that over. Down into the oil. Shake, and that'll be ready in a few minutes. Okay, so you can see the underside is about the same brown. We're just going to put that there to drain off. So we've actually made enough dough to create 4 Gozlemes. We've just made the one as an example for now. Okay, so the Gozlemes drained onto the paper towel, removed all the excess oil. We've cut that in half with a pair of scissors, a little slice of lemon, and you have